So now I would like to request my godmother to speak about Srila Prabhupada.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhayeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Srila Prabhupada, as we heard, he wrote to Sankarshan Prabhu and he told him about the land, his birthplace. And he told them, this land is very important. You have to try and get this land. So that was 1976. At that time, we did not have any funds or any, we were just struggling really to maintain the temples. We had the one center, which we will go to from here, which is it's on a street called Albert Road or Minto Park area, and it was on rent. We rented the place. Now we purchased it, but initially we were renting it. We did not have money. It was 1,000 rupees a month, probably Sankarshan Prabhu was saying. So like that, we were struggling. The only income we had for the temple came from like this, as we had life membership program. Book distribution, well, that was something, we didn't have books to begin with. There were no books until it was 1980 practically before we got books. So Prabhupada was with us until 1977, and at that time we had hardly any books. I remember in Calcutta temple we had one Bhagavad Gita which we brought from the West. At that time there was this nice young man coming to the temple. He went on to become His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. Anyway, he was coming to the temple and he was interesting, and we could see he was very nice. So he asked, do you have a book I could read? I want to understand something about what you're teaching. We had one Bhagavad Gita, and I said, no, we're not going to give him our only Bhagavad Gita. I said, we need that to have class. And every evening we were having classes and programs like that. We had the one book. So there was another book, Nectar of Devotion. So I said, let him have this book. This is a good book. This is I said the effect will be the same. So he took the Nectar of Devotion book, and after he read the book, he went to Mayapur, became a devotee, went on to become Prabhupada's servant, and then to become a sannyasi. Yeah, he got everything very quickly. It was a record, yeah. Tomorrow Krishna Maharaj used to joke with him and say, you're a demigod, Bhakti Charu. He said, because demigods take birth, they give birth without pregnancy. So he said like that, he said, you're a demigod, because, we all waited so long before we got Gayatri Mantra, or even to get initiation. We were just talking this morning how people in Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he's got people waiting 15 years and 20 years to get initiation. Anyway, Bhakti Swami became a devotee, and a month later he got initiation. Then he got another month later he got second initiation, and another month later he got sannyas. And Prabhupada said, no, he's very pure from birth. Prabhupada said about him like that. So Prabhupada could recognize like that by talking to people. He had that power. Anyway, that was the situation. We couldn't even think of purchasing land like this place. So it's only in the recent years, it was like about 21, 5 years ago, we purchased first that site, the other site, then later on we were able to get this site. And actually, to get this place, the devotees, they went to see the chief minister, Mamata Banerjee, and they spoke to her and they told her, you know, that's the birthplace of Srila Prabhupada, it's very important for our movement, we need to get this land. So she said, oh yeah, all right, you can get it, but just one thing, you have to make arrangements for all the people who are living there. You have to relocate them, and you have to compensate them. So there were many families all in this area. You know, Calcutta, you know, it's densely populated, and this area is densely populated. So these two places which we're occupying, there were maybe 30 or 40 families living here in this area. And they had to arrange to relocate, and it cost, it cost a lot of crores, you know, to move them and to get the place done. But that was what was required. Of course, we were fortunate that His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj had a lot of support from his congregation there at Champati, and he was very interested. He said, yeah, this is very important. We definitely want to get this land. So he came up with the money. Just like this morning, we were at the new town, Calcutta. So 25 acres of land was purchased there. That was His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. He had the vision. He arranged that actually. He got help from, he approached the managers of the big temples in India, as well as the BVV, and he got them all to contribute money. To buy 25, I think it cost like 20 crores or something. It cost many crores, but they borrowed the money to purchase that land. And they had a lot of devotees staying in the Albert Road Temple, and we knew Calcutta is moving over to the new town. You know, where we were this morning, that's called the new town. Calcutta is all high-rise buildings, you know. Calcutta has 1,200 slum areas. And there are more than 2 million people in Calcutta living in slums. So it's not really a highly developed city, but you know, that area, that new town, Calcutta, that was purchased. They purchased 25 acres with loans. They took loans from different places, and they purchased that land, and then they put Gornitai, and they're doing a lot of nice preaching, because Calcutta has so much potential. There's so many people. There are 2 million in the slums, but there's another 10 million outside who are not in slums, you know. There's a lot of other people, a lot of businesses going on. Mumbai is the most wealthiest and the most pious, but Calcutta is not far behind. They're also very progressive. So anyway, Prabhupada, we wanted to have nice temples here in the birthplace of Srila Prabhupada. You can see the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just near to our temple, near to Albert Road, there's on Shakespeare Sarani, there's the birthplace of Aurobindo, Sri Aurobindo. Shakespeare Sarani. Shakespeare Sarani. There's the birthplace of Aurobindo, Sri Aurobindo here. So his birthplace, they make a very nice building and they have programs and everything there. It's important, the birthplace of the founder of an organization, to give some. I don't want to mention it. There's many other great spiritual leaders, their birthplaces are honored, So Prabhupada told us the birthplace is important. You have to try to get that land. And now we have this land, and there's plans to develop also here. His Grace Sankashan Prabhu, for many years he was based over in Swarupganj. When his wife was alive, he was based over at Swarupganj, and he maintained the center there. And now he's also involved there, he's still involved there. They've developed there at Swarupganj, and they have also a school, an extension of the Bhaktivedanta National School has been made at Swarupganj. Oh, it's a free school. Swarupganj is not a very prosperous area, And we were having a free medical camp there. When Sankarshan was in charge, there was a free medical camp. He would bring doctors and dentists from Calcutta every month there to the Arogya, they call it the Arogya Bhavan, and they were doing free medical treatment for the local people. And even people in older age could go and leave their bodies there in the temple. And some devotees said they left the body there. So now they've established a preschool. So these kind of programs are very important. Just like other people, they have their schools. The Christians, they have their schools. And the Ramakrishna Math, they have their schools and hospitals. We also have to have these kind of things. It's expected of us. We have to make some, contribution to develop the society, to develop the community. So here, there's a plan also, once this place gets a little more developed, we will have a school here also, right?
Also, we have a charitable medical center because Prabhupada, by profession, he was a medical man. So Narasimha started a charitable center in Bhaktivedanta Hospital in Bombay, and also we have started Mayapur Community Hospital. It's also charitable in Mayapur. Also we have a charitable medical center in Swarupganj, Bhaktivedanta Arogya Ashram. Now we have a desire and plan to have a charitable medical center here because as per my Guru Maharaj and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jive Gaya Name Ruchi Vaishnava Sevan Ya Chara Nahi Dharmo Suno Sanatana. He's teaching Sanatana Goswami that he has to give some satisfaction to some charity work to the poor people. So ISKCON is involved with that, prasadam distribution, free medical service, free education. We are trying our best to do it.
What do you think about this? You're very quiet. I don't know. You just no. We should be very happy. We should be very enthused. We need to encourage more these kind of programs to develop our society, to show how much we're caring, especially in a city like Calcutta. We know, of course, in recent history, Mother Teresa made a great name for herself by her programs here in this city. So we can, you know, of course we're different, but at the same time we have the same mood, the mood caring for others. Right? We do have to reach out for other people, care for others. We're not just only caring for ourselves, we're thinking about giving to others. Prabhupada went to America and said, I did not come to take, I came to give. You know, so this is important that we have to have that. We've come to give. We didn't come here to, you know, I didn't come here to become rich. You know, I came to give Krishna consciousness. And so this is the what people expect from us. You know, we're here to give something to the people, to the country. And Rajnath Swami, he's done it, and people in Bangalore, they've done a lot also with their efforts. We have to recognize what they've done. And we want to see also some more and more happen here in Bengal, here in Calcutta, the birthplace of our founder. So important for us. So this is the actual site, and we want to develop here. We want to go on and have more and more programs. And for those things, we have land.